Pre-flight diagnostics beginning. Engines check. Weapon systems online. Shields 100%. Onboard computer operative. Diagnostics complete. Setting destination for adventure, standby. Warning, hangar bay doors opening. Everything is set. You are now clear for takeoff. Estimated arrival time, 5 minutes. And we are off. We'll make the jump once we've established connection with the rest of the fleet. Connection established. See you all at the Star Park. We've made it. All right, everyone. Let's get this party started.
Oh my goodness, hello everybody! Happy Pizza Friday Eve! Welcome, welcome. Noah, hi. Cole, hello. Panda, hi. How are you guys doing? Zephyr, hello. Oh my goodness, welcome on and back. We've got a crazy lineup of art tonight and a crazy docket of chatting that I'm going to go through with you guys. How am I doing? I'm doing good. I am, for some reason, I'm doing good, but for some reason, I'm feeling exhausted. Like I didn't get a good night's sleep last night. I'm like, why is that? But you know what? I'm worried. What I'm actually worried about is there were so many kids coughing today. And I'm like, dude, that better not be translating to what I think it might be translating. I don't think it is. You know, I don't want to get sick. I already was sick like months ago. I don't need another bout of it. Oh wait, no, I was sick last weekend on Saturday. It was like a 24-hour bug that I got. It was awful. But yeah, I'm like, dude, that better not be the case. But other than that, I feel fine. I feel great. So you got the kids sick? No, I think the kids got me sick because I was feeling fine Friday, right? And then Friday evening, when I got home from work, I was like, dude, what is this feeling I'm feeling? And I was like, it's probably nothing. I don't think it's anything. I got up on Saturday and it felt like a truck ran me over. Are you a teacher? I am, Cole. I am a teacher. We are getting ready for summer vacation. I could not be happier. Unfortunately, my summer vacation does not start until July, because I have to do, I have to work summer school. So I'm gonna be three extra weeks for me. Let's go! Dude, and it's funny too because, like, my boss was, this was like 6 months ago, but she was like, dude, it's crazy the amount of energy you have, and it's perfect that you're teaching elementary because, like, we need that kind of energy here. And I'm like, I don't know how else to live. So, I mean, first off, thank you, but second off, like, this is just normal for me. Germ, hi. Volve, hello, welcome, thank you for the raid. Okay, well, here's to hoping we find the big key fairly quick. Oh, well, hello there. We just found the big key. Well, Oh my goodness, Volve. that's a rake up. Oh my goodness. Not only did you raid, but you're raking up. Oh my god, dude. Our housekeeping segment today is going to be packed. Absolutely packed. So we have a lot to go over for housekeeping. So before we get into some art, we got to get into housekeeping, and there is a lot here. We have a full lineup that we have to get through, including a couple of rank ups, Wolf being one of them. Wolf, how are you doing, by the way? How was Pokemon Legends ZA? Now, Wolf, wait, are you playing that on the Switch 2 or the Switch 1? Bio, hello! Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub as well. Congratulations on the level up. Doing on Switch 1. Ooh. So how does it perform on the Switch 1? I hear that there's a bit of stuttering here and there. Bio, I take it you read the Dev Insight article today. Man, that's some crazy stuff. But anyways, let's get into housekeeping. So first and foremost, let's go over patch notes. So we have some patch notes tonight. Actually, we have quite a bit of patch notes and some crazy news to go along with the patch notes. So first and foremost, let's talk about the Sammy hiccup that we experienced on Monday. So I got that all squared away. As you guys saw in today's opening, there was no mistiming, there was no glitching or anything like that. So what had happened was I wanted to check out, Sammy recently did an update, which surprised me because I thought it was going to be in maintenance mode for a hot minute. And one of the things that the developer, I guess, fixed on Sammy was the fact that the audio, insane what they can do when the devs are given free reign. Dude, that's what my brother and I were talking about tonight when I got home from work. It's crazy what happens when you just let the dev team do what they need to do. Get loved on nerve. Thank you so much. Thank you, Wolf, again for and the 200 biddies. Dude, I wasn't even paying attention. The 200 biddies. Thank you so much, Wolf, for the 200 biddies. So the thing I wanted to try out is the developer, he fixed this long-standing bug with Sammy, and it's been a thorn in my side for God knows how long. And it's an audio bug that. Oh, thank you so much for gifting 5 tier 1 subs to Neko, PB, Zephyr, Pepe, the Ferret, and Bryson. Oh my goodness, I'm hiccuping all over the place. So I decided to take a look at it. And so I was testing the waters, and I didn't finish my thought before I was distracted, which is normal. So there's been a long-standing Sammy bug that I've known about for years, and it's kind of been a thorn in my side, but I've worked around it over the years. And the bug is that if you change audio output on your PC, Sammy will not auto update that audio output. So Sammy, like prior to this update, Sammy was just stuck in like whatever audio output you had when you loaded up Sammy. That's the audio output that Sammy was funneling to until you literally closed out of Sammy, and then like reopen Sammy. Well, this new update, they fixed that. So finally it's dynamic. So when you change the audio output, then Sammy updates it on their side. Well, it turns out there was a bug thing that was going on, and I was like, oh, okay. So I like did a bug report over to the Sammy Discord server. And I was actually surprised that I got almost an immediate response from the developer, like asking if I can give details on like how I'm utilizing. So what I found out was that the developer didn't see it, or sorry. So the developer was going through all like the old things and he noticed that there's these like wait for timeout things, which are just like delays. And this is how I can do all these wacky timing things with Sammy. And he noticed that 2 of them were not functioning like the rest of the suite. So for him, he decided, oh, let me fix that and let me change it so that they're all uniform. Well, unbeknownst to him, I utilized the fact that they weren't uniform, like those 2 were exceptions to the behavior. And so I issued a bug report thinking, like on my end, I'm thinking it's a bug, right? But on his end, it was like, no, this was like something that wasn't supposed to be like this. And I fixed it and I made it all uniform now. And I told him, well, it is very important. Like if I'm going to go and like check out any future updates that you put out on the market, I can't do that because like there's so many of my things that rely on that old behavior of this like wait for user input. And so I was kind of caught off guard that he was kind of receptive to what I was talking about. And literally 24 hours later, he's DMing me and he's like, hey, the next update I push will have like a toggle for the old and the new behavior. And I was like, oh, because I don't necessarily want to say that like I've had a rocky relationship with this particular developer in the past, and so it kind of shocked me. Woof, thank you so much, Woof, for the 5 tier 1 subs. Oh my god, thank you so much. Oh my god, Woof, thank you. Wait, when did we start a hype train? L, hello, when did you get in here? Hi. I haven't updated it for a while. I'm gonna say, Bio, hold off on updating it because then, because the reason being is because of the other wild news that I received from the developer of Sammy. So not only was he like super receptive, and then 24 hours later, he's showing me prototype pictures of like the new and old behavior, but then he went a step further and was like, hey, Bengali, thank you for the 100 biddies. Then he was like, hey, since you're the one who brought this to my attention, like, you feel free to say no, like, this is no pressure on you, but if you would like, I would really like for me to give you, like, an early beta version of the newest update that's going to be coming to Sammy in like a few weeks. Just so that you could test it, see if it's working with your buttons and everything. And I was like, yeah, you want me? Sure, I'll do it. Yeah. And this is all like breaking my brain space right now. Well, like yesterday when him and I talked. No, but thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Gifting another tier 1 sub. Wow, oh my goodness. I am super distracted. But yeah, I was floored by this because you know, him and I in the past, I've had like a little bit of a rocky relationship with the current developer of Sammy. And I know, I would say like maybe like 5 months ago, he talked with me. So there was this very catastrophic moment that kind of like really had my relationship on the rocks with him, or I don't know if that's the proper phrasing. Hans, hello, welcome to the Brushtail Brigade. Thank you for the follow, and congratulations, you are our newest Brushtail adventurer. Welcome aboard. You have caught us in our housekeeping segment. Housekeeping usually takes place the first 30 minutes of stream, where I talk about like patch notes to the channel, any updates that might be coming down the pipeline, any exciting news that I've had over the past week, and our rank up ceremony. So yeah, welcome aboard. I'm getting super distracted, and I have no idea that you guys are crazy. Cole, thank you so much for another tier 1 sub. Oh my god. You guys shouldn't be spoiling me like this until Christmas. That's the only time. I mean, I shouldn't say spoiling me. You know what I mean. Usually you do this on Christmas, not outside of Christmas. You guys, I'm the one who's going to be spoiling you, not the other way around. Cool, thank you so much again for, wow, oh my god. I will get through my thought process, I promise. Yeah, so Bio, to answer your question, let me test this new beta of this new beta build that the developer is gonna be sending me, and then I'll like comb through it, and then I'll see what's going on, and see if it's like safe to update. I do like some of the updates that he has implemented in this most recent one. But yeah, so I'm actually like me talking to the developer yesterday and the day before. It pleases me greatly that the way, how do I want to describe this? I'll get the words for it. I'll get the Sage, hi, Tuxin. Hello. Yeah, faster. I'm here for the Waffle House. Oh, I know. The Waffle. Oh, well, Panda, that's partly your fault. I'm getting distracted because you keep you keep gifting subs. Oh my goodness. Well, Cole, I greatly appreciate it. Like, you have no idea. Because all I can ask for from you guys is that if you're hanging out here, that hopefully you guys are having a great time and having a blast and having fun. That's all I could ever ask for. That's all I really want. And you guys inundated me with all this generosity. So like, thank you. Like, truly. But yeah, so him and I have had Ningo, hi. Oh good, Ningo, you're here. Oh my god, we gotta rank you up. We will have rank up ceremonies at the end of housekeeping, I promise. So Ningo, stick around. Also, hi, how are you doing? I hope you've been doing amazing. Things have been great on this end. Actually, Ningo, have you been here since we rebranded to the Brushtail Star Park? I mean, we as a community are still the Brushtail Brigade, but the channel itself now got a rebranding. We call it the Star Park now. But anyways, so, like, oh, when was this? I feel like this is almost like, maybe like 6 months ago. So, the current developer of Sammy and I have always had a rocky relationship. And so, 6 months ago, something really big happened. I was not pleased. That's when our relationship was at its, like, lowest point, I would say. Where I was very unhappy. But then we had a conversation. And a lot of what he was saying, I was very pleased that he was backtracking on a lot of what he said like the day prior. And so the game plan that he was going to go with moving forward after everybody's feedback, I was pleased enough with the response. I wasn't particularly I still wasn't 100% happy that we had to go through all of this in the first place. So since that moment, you know, I've been, you know, very respectful, and I'm like really glad that he's keeping the Sammy project alive and whatnot, and not just like having it be dead. But yeah, I've kind of like mental image of that horrible thing 6 months ago kind of just like was in my brain, and that was kind of like the mental image I had of him. But after yesterday's conversation with him, I am very pleased to know that the mental image I had of him and him himself are not exactly aligned. He, like, I couldn't believe how receptive he was to my concerns. Like, that, I had not seen that side of him before. And so I was very pleased, extremely pleased. And then to also like offer me the chance to beta test the new build that's coming out in a few weeks. You know, I don't take that lightly. That is clearly something of a great honor to, you know, have the developer ask you personally. Like, I wasn't asking anything. He came to me and was like, hey, would you help me beta test this? And I was like, absolutely. Like, I treat that kind of stuff with great care, because that's, yeah, like, he could have asked anybody in the community, but he decided to ask me. So I was kind of taken aback by that. So you know, if we attribute it to the oh, thank you so much, Stratos. Hi. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Stratos. I'm getting like distracted all over the place. But hi, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Hopefully you're having an amazing day. I like that you're a blue mage. I myself am a blue mage. But that's not theoretically because I'm blue. I mean, yes, I am blue, but I've always really liked the blue mage class. So it just so happened, because it's funny, I've known about, anyways, I'm getting distracted. I have known about the blue mage class for a long time, but I didn't know it was called the blue mage class until I was made aware of it in Final Fantasy 14. And then I was like, oh, this thing actually has a name? And it's called the Blue Mage? What are the coincidences? I mean, my Sona here is blue. Like, this matches perfectly. Anyways. So yeah, so if we could visualize this in terms of like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, my relationship with the current developer of Sammy definitely went up a point or two yesterday. And I'm glad, because like I don't really like having like rocky relationships with anybody. It feels uncomfortable to me. But like, he's definitely proven to me that he is not as, I guess, stubborn as I previously thought. Choo choo. Oh, I didn't even say. Wait, hold on. What did I earn? I have no idea. Oh, I got the little cat thing. That's funny. Okay, so that is my patch notes for today. So for the time being, I reverted back a couple of versions in Sammy, And so now all the timing works, everything is great, nothing's broken, and now I'm kind of eagerly awaiting this like beta build that I get to test out. And hopefully I don't see any bugs with it, because that'd be great. So that's the patch notes segment. Let's move on to Project Loaf stuff. So Project Loaf segment, and we're gonna get into a little bit of Project Loaf tonight, because we're gonna, after Gato's piece, we're gonna move on to working on the water crystal. We're gonna finish up the fire crystal, work on the water crystal, hopefully maybe get to the wind crystal. No, wind is fourth, never mind, an earth crystal. But I'm not gonna rush it. I want to take my time with these crystals. I know you guys don't know what these crystals are going to be used for yet, but trust me, it's going to be awesome. I made some pretty significant headway with Project Loaf over the past couple days. So I begun working some more on Fantastic number 3. So Fantastic number 3 is well in development. I've already got all the logic done. I had the logic done for a month or two, but then I kind of paused because I was like, dude, let's get Fantastic 1 and 2 done, like their sequences done. But I remembered why I took a break from Fantastic 3. So Fantastic number 3 has this thing. I'm not gonna spoil it, at least not right now. Hopefully I don't spoil it tonight, but you know, you never know with me. So there is something that happens in the sequence of Fantastic number 3 that requires me to design something very particular. Now, I have been rattling my brain for the past 8 months trying to figure out how I'm going to design this thing. Where is it going to go? What is it going to look like? How is it going to function? And it's just been me hitting a brick wall this entire time. But miraculously, I rolled out of bed this morning before work and I decided to jump on, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do this morning with Project Loaf, but I'm just going to go with it. And then, I, like, inspiration hit me like a flash of lightning. And I came up with what I believe is going to be the coolest way, the absolute coolest way to perform this thing that needs to happen. And what's even crazier is the design lends itself to Fantastic number 4. So I get to use it in... I almost spoiled something. I get to use it in both Fantastics. And I am so stoked. This is 8 months. Guys, I have been art blocked for 8 months trying to figure out a design, anything that will work, and everything. Looking at the concept I drew up this morning before work, and then looking back at the previous, like, 7 iterations, I'm looking at my previous 7 iterations going like, this is crap. Oh my, I was almost going to put this into Project. How was this greenlit inside of my brain? How was it? Did I even get here? And even like the most current iteration looks like a toddler did it compared to what I sketched up this morning. Send vague posting. I am because Neko, I have to get it out. I have to, like, if I don't, it's just, I'm going to explode. The excitement I have is just gonna explode. It's going to go everywhere. Leona, hi, how are you doing? Patch notes, exactly. You should tell a streamer to spoil again like on Monday. I cannot believe I spoiled that. I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised anymore, but when I realized what term I used in that moment when talking to Van, I was like, oh, I mean, you guys probably could have context clued it together, but I'm like, oh, that's that's a biggin. That is a biggin spoiler. You right now, I guess. Exactly. I get so excited about this stuff because, like, honestly, I know you guys are gonna be fans, but right now the number one biggest fan right now is me. I am dying to play Project Loaf with you. I like every day, at least for like an hour every day, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do it? And I'm not talking about it in terms of developer. I'm talking about playing. I'm like, what would I do in this situation, right? And then and then I realized, like, I'm gonna be able to do this with you guys. Like, this is gonna be crazy, dude. Anyways, so that is Project Loaf news. Super hype about it. It's coming out so well. I know. Oh, also, I rendered out the entire sequence for Fantastic Number 2 and I sent it off to Tenshio. And Tenshio is excited to get started. I am so thrilled. So, three new tracks for Project Loaf are gonna be in the works soon. I cannot wait to hear these tracks. If you guys are ever doing a project that requires custom music, Tenshio is your guy, dude. He is my developer for this project, or sorry, he is my composer for this project. Tenshio, oh god, does he still have Luma at the end of his name, Tenshio, or is it just Tenshio now? Flip. Okay, hang on. Wait. I'm going to shout out Tenshio, and I don't. Oh, nope, that's not. No. Don't click that. That's not. What Tenshio? What is your name? I'm like trying to. Tenshio. Is it still Tenshio Luma? Oh, is it double? Wait. Is it double N? It might be double N. Hang on. Oh, it's double N. Shout out Tenshio. There we go. That's my composer. He's doing all the custom tracks for me. Project Loaf, I bet it will rise the occasion. You darn know it, Stratos. You darn know it. Loaf is going to rise to the occasion. But I am most excited for you guys to be enlightened to why Loaf rises to the occasion. Because we all know, veterans know, the Brush Tail Brigade knows, Loaf is a very lazy person. Lazy Loaf doesn't do anything without motivation. So, for him to go and do something, there's gotta be a great reward at the end. But yeah, the story, I cannot wait to like go through the narrative that I've been cooking up for this thing. It's as ridiculous as you could possibly think of. Anyways, so that's Project Loaf news. So we went through patch notes, we gone through Project Loaf IRL segment. This week is dragging on longer than I would like it. I am super grateful it is Friday tomorrow. I am a mixed bag of emotions when it comes to Destiny 2 right now, because anybody who's a fan of Destiny or plays Destiny 2 knows that the live service aspect of Destiny 2 is swiftly coming to a close, and my heart is broken for it. However, the studio Bungie released a dev article that there's so much coming in this very final update, like this very final expansion, and I'm just like, dang, there's a lot here. I'm actually starting to get really excited for this final expansion. but it's a little sad because it's the final one. Phoenix? Phoenix, hello, and thank you again for the host. Okay, so that's the IRL segment. Nice, short, sweet. It's usually like fractions of time versus the Project Loaf segment. So let's move on to the final segment of housekeeping before we get to main stage and we start drawing and coloring tonight. And that would be to rank up a few Brushtail Brigadiers tonight. So we'll kick it off starting with Nova. Nova, are you here? Are you still in chat? Because we have 3 here. Oh wait, no. Germ. We did Germs last time. I'm always so used to seeing Germ on the list that I'm like, wait a minute, Germ's not on the list. What just happened? Sorry, we And if Nova, if you're not here, that's totally fine. There is no pressure. Oh, you are here. Let's go. All right. So we're gonna kick things off, starting with you, Nova. Let's take a trip to the Mystic Cove. It's here. Yeah, Germ, dude, I thought you needed a rank up because I know you've been needing a rank up for quite some time, and then I looked at the list again. I'm like, wait, Germ's not on the list anymore. That's right, we got him last time. All right, Nova, welcome to the Mystic Cove. We're here shortly. You will experience your next rank up. So, I'm really excited. Definitely sad as well. I'm gonna play the heck of it. Yeah, Ningo, dude, I'm sipping the copium, Ningo. It might not be right away, but I have to believe that there will be a Destiny 3 at one point. Okay, so Nova, pretty soon we're gonna have you go into the Mystic Cove. You will, well, I was gonna say touch your paw beans, but you're gonna lick it. So you're gonna lick the crystal. You're gonna have to tell us what flavor it is. And to do that, all you need to do is type ! rank up in the chat. That's all one word, all lowercase. And then we will see you after you get your newest rank. There we go. Oh my goodness, I have the hiccups. Holy moly. Congratulations, Nova, on being our newest Brushtail Ranger. Wait, no. Was it Ranger? Hold on. I think it was Ranger, right? I'm not, like, tripping. Hold on. Where is Nova? Dude, I just saw it. I'm already forgetting. It was Ranger. Yes. All right. So, Nova, you licked the crystal. What did it taste like? We are all waiting with bated breath. Whoops, that's not Nova. That's Nova. There we go. I'm adding Nova to the Brushtail Ranger rank in the Discord server. And then you were last a rogue, which was your previous rank. So let me move you out of there. Barrett Spring! Welcome, hello! You guys, we will get to your raid alert here momentarily. We are currently celebrating the community. with our little rank up ceremony. This happens whenever a Brushtail Brigadier on the channel gets a brand new color for their sub badge. It is a hype moment. We all celebrate. Tonight we are celebrating 3 Brushtail Brigadiers. Welcome on in. What music is that? This comes from Final Fantasy. Oh my goodness. Fire Emblem. Mystic, hi, how are you doing? Welcome on in. So you guys who are coming in from the raid, you are about to see something very special to our channel, where I get the opportunity to celebrate all of you guys. So 3 people are ranking up tonight. We had Nova just coming back from his rank up, moved up to our Brushtail Ranger. I almost said Rogue. Ranger. Now we're gonna taste like. Wait, Nova. What does that even say? Tastes like leche? Liche? I'm probably butchering that. Renz, hello. How are you? It's a berry. Oh, okay. Lychee? Boy, I was really wrong. Oh my goodness. Lychee. Interesting. I've never heard of this berry before. All right, next up. So Nova, thank you so much for all the love and support. We're gonna get our next Brushtail Brigadier up on the stage. So Volf, are you here right now? We have you to rank up. Blue, hi, how are you doing? Yeah, so everybody coming in from the raid, welcome to our crazy channel. I do a variety of things on this channel. Most of it is interactive with you guys, where we sprinkle in some games and art and as well. I have an idea. I should write down. Oh my god, this is a brilliant idea. I should write down a little introduction to those raiders who are coming in whenever they come in during one of these like celebration moments that we're having, and like just have it, you know, explain a little bit about the channel. Brilliant. Because I'm so bad at like welcoming people in, but if I had something like written down, it's native to Southeast Asia and the soapberry family. Ooh, they're tart, almost rose-like. Ooh. Okay, so I don't see Volf in the channel right now, or in the chat. So, Ningo. We'll move to Ningo, and then we'll come back to Volf. Ningo, are you still here? I think Ningo's still here. What? Oh, Volf, you're there. Volf, we got to rank you up. Ding. Ding, 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 ding. I do see you, Volf. Volf, we need to rank you up. Let's get you up on the stage. I'm gonna drag Volf up here. Hi, Volf. Volf Wave said I don't see him. Oh my god, there's the wave, dude. Volf, I need better glasses. Well, Volf, welcome on in. I can see you now that you're close enough to me. Clearly, I can't see from far away. But we are gonna rank you up next. So, Volf, whenever you're ready, do ! rank up in the chat. That's all one word, all lowercase. And then we will see you on the other side. Oh my god, Panda, that's so funny, dude. I literally didn't see Volf waving. He's literally right there waving at all of us, and I'm like totally blind. Yeah, Volp. Congratulations on being our newest Brushtail Paladin Adept. There is only 3 of you guys that share that rank at the moment. So that is a pretty high up there rank. Rank 11 if we're being specific. That is that's actually pretty far up there. Wolf, wait, where'd you go? I don't see you anywhere. Oh my goodness, I feel like that's gonna be the meme of the evening. I was gonna ask Wolf, Trail of Bunny Drool? Oh my goodness. I was gonna ask if Wolf licked the crystal, but I'm like, wait a minute, Wolf doesn't lick the crystal. Paladin Adept. Oh my goodness. Well, Wolf, thank you so much for all of the support and amazingness that you have provided this channel, and thank you for being our #1 photographer. Because in case you guys don't know, Wolf is the one that does a lot of the thumbnails. He's so good at it. He would argue with me saying that, oh, well, Sen, it's just me clicking a button. I'm like, yeah, but you click the button. So, Wolf, thank you again for all of the support, especially with your photographer skills like that. Like with you leading on that, our VOD channel looks so much better because of it. Like and also with your help with Project Loaf too. That's huge. Like, I know it probably doesn't seem like it's a lot, but trust me, it was a lot. Like, you took a lot off my plate there. Glad I could help. Yes. Okay. And then finally, we're gonna get to Ningo. So let's get Ningo up on the stage, our final rank up of the evening. At least that's what it looks like. Ningo, your profile pictures always look absolutely stunning and amazing. So, Ningo, I know it's been a while, so I'll give you the rundown again. So pretty soon you will go through... I know, right, Nova? So pretty soon we'll have you go through the shiny door in the back. To do so, all you're going to do, whenever you're ready, you're going to type in !rank up in the chats, all one word, all lowercase. Amp, yeah, dude, Germ, you've seen Ningo's amp suit before, right? It's so out of this world. Let's see here. Where is Ningo in my list here? Just to get prepared for moving Ningo to the next rank in the Discord server. I feel like I'm blind somewhere. Maybe? Interesting. Maybe that wasn't you that I was hanging out with when we saw Ningo's... Here we go. Alright, good luck, Ningo. Don't get lost. Oh my god. Ningo, you and Wolf are the same rank? What? Oh my goodness, congratulations, Ningo, for also being our newest Brushtail Paladin Adept. I was looking at it, I was like, wait, did did the ceremony break? Like, why does it show paladin again? I'm like, wait a minute, Ningo's also a paladin. Oh, excuse me, a paladin adept now. You could have licked it. Volth cleaned it with his paws. Oh my god. Oh, but that is a good question. Oh, touches pot of the crystal. Okay, so you didn't lick it. That's okay. I don't lick the crystal either. Cause it's fabled to taste different to every person who licks it. And see, I don't want to lick it because like I know the crystal will troll me and have mine taste like a Nintendo Switch cartridge. Like, I don't need that in my life. Nigo, Sketch already did that for me, and he already explained it, what it tasted like to me. I still can't believe he actually did that. Oh, man. All right. So, thank you guys so much again for all the support, and congratulations to our 3 Brushtail Brigadiers for their amazing rank ups this evening. So let's head back to the Star Park and let's get this show on the road. Oh, and we'll be able to see Bear Springs raid alert. That Haywire's been holding on to that for a hot minute. More paladins. Oh yeah, Bengali is all about the paladins. All right, Bear Spring, this is your raid alert.
Be gone!
Nope. Whoa! He's still here! What? He's still here? How? I thought that was supposed to... Okay. I guess we're fighting. Classic loaf pillow. I love the loaf pillow. Oh, so wait. Somebody leveled up? Oh, Sage! Sage, you leveled up while we were ranking people up. Awesome, awesome. The cute curse on Bear Spring. Let's go. Oh, that's right, Phoenix, because... Wait, Phoenix, you're also a bear, right? Oh, thank golly, thank you for 100 biddies. Okay, sorry, had to open up a window. It's like roasting in here now, which is weird because I was freezing cold earlier. I am, yeah, dude, I remembered. Cause see, Phoenix, my brain always wants to say, oh, Phoenix is a phoenix. I'm like, no. Phoenix is a bear. The ad break is starting soon. Ripperonis. All right, well, before the ad break actually starts, let's head on over to main stage. Because we are now done with housekeeping. Now we can get to the main event, which is... So, we have a lot to do tonight. I am super excited. We're going to finish this piece tonight. Little green Boj? Boj?
Reach, but she had flexibility. More than one way to work off stress, I guess.
This is me. Oh, I get it. I was like, you guys fought in her room? Welcome, Raiders, to the Brushtail Brigade. I'm your excitable commander and Star Park Director, Sen. Together, we forge all kinds of adventures, from gaming to art. However, I can't do this alone, so let's meet our crew. Haywire, our sassy bot, controlling all the bells and whistles behind the scenes. Loaf, our silent protagonist of Loaf Quest and cinnamon roll connoisseur. And of course, our friendly community at large, the Brushtail Brigadiers. So, set your life points. Choose your Pokemon. And grab a controller. An adventure awaits. Oh my goodness, hello Bosch, how are you doing? Welcome on in. And hello everybody coming in for the raid. Welcome to our channel, the Brushtail Star Park. Tio, hello, welcome to the Brushtail Brigade. Thank you for the follow and congratulations, you are our newest Brushtail adventurer. Welcome aboard. Oh my goodness. I changed my name, it used to be Vivian. Vivian! Oh my goodness, yes! The Candy Kid? Candy, welcome to the Brushtail Brigade as well. Thank you for the follow, and welcome aboard to this crazy adventure. Gerard, hi, how are you doing? But yeah, Vivian, how are you doing? It's been a little while. Wait, Vivian, when's the last time you were here? Was that before we rebranded the channel to the Brushtail Star Park? Wait, was that Baguette? Oh my god, wait, I'm sorry. I missed it. No! Okay, wait. Yeah, Baguette. Hello, welcome to the Brushtail Brigade as well. Welcome aboard. Look at this handsome blue fella. He's so cool, and I shall gift him some cool art for free. No! Yeah, it was before that. Oh man. Yeah, so I had this harebrained idea to rebrand the channel as like an amusement park in space called the Brushtail Star Park. One of the best decisions I've ever made. Because I'm always talking about this channel on how like I want the vibe to be like Disneyland and you know getting lost in this world and whatnot and whatever I'm doing and I'm like, why don't I just make it a thing? And I came up with the Brushtail Star Park, so that's what the channel is. And so right now we're at main stage, and why is it called main stage? Well, easy, because if we pan the camera outwards, we can see the stage here. So you guys are all watching on this giant television, and then you guys are all like chilling on these seats down here. And so this is why it's called main stage. So yeah, you just kind of see the screen portion of it. Big golly, my messages aren't appearing in chat unless I spend bits for some reason. What? Wait, why? Hold on, how do we fix that? I don't even know. That seems like it's and it doesn't, Bengali, on my end, it doesn't show that like any messages are being held. That's not what you would call a shadow ban, is it? That's so weird, Bengali. I swear I didn't change anything. Well, except on like the Sammy side of things, like I did a bunch of bug fixes on Sammy, but I didn't change any settings. Alright, hang on. This has become a rescue mission, you guys. I know we're gonna do art, but we gotta rescue Bengali. He is trapped in the void somewhere, and it'll be up to us to free him. Can you respawn or ping in chat? Can you Twitch whisper me? Try Twitch whispering me. See if that goes through. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna go into my settings. No Brushtail Brigadier left behind, as I say. Rescue Paladin, exactly. Nothing in Sammy should be stopping Twitch. Yeah, it can't be a Sammy thing. It has to be a settings thing. Oh, I like this song. This is from Warframe. Okay, hang on. Settings, maybe? Okay, let's see here. See, the only thing I can think of is the chatter permissions, right? Add no. Okay, that's okay though. You guys, don't worry. We're not gonna get started until once Bengali is. Hang on, let me see if he's messaged me. Oh, okay. I see the test. Okay, so it's just wait, Bengali. I don't know. Message me in Twitch Whispers since you can't do it in chat. Okay, Bengali, is it only my channel that this is happening to you with? Or is this happening across different Twitch channels, or is it just the Star Park? Dragon Cat, hi, how are you doing? Bigot, save me! Ads and ads and ads. Oh no. Oh, thank you, Gato. Yeah, check and see. Bengali. Oh, and then Gato, since you're here. You like the smaller eyes, right? You wanted the smaller? Okay, and then let's do a stretch. That's curious. I had a 36-month subscription. I thought that I would have been a rank up, but maybe not. Wait, 36 months? Yeah, that should have been. Was it? Wait. Hold on, Shifty. Let me take a look at. Okay. Let me pull up your ID card. Your ID, Shifty. 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 Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you for gifting a Here wants up to Boge. Vivian, congratulations. Okay, hang on. Shifty. Okay, here we go. Shifty, are you sure we didn't rank you up already? Wait, what level is... Hold on. Where's Sam? I don't remember. Let's find out. Sub-month assigner. Okay, so you are currently, where is it? Your current level is a 10, so you are a 10, level 10. And let's look at our levels here. Okay, yeah. So yeah. So current level is level 10. That's 36 months. And where's the title? Oh wait, what am I doing? We can look at the Discord server. Hello? I have the Brushtail order up there. Yeah. Yeah, Shifty, rank 10. You are all caught up. Yeah, look. There you are. Right there. Brushtail Paladin, right there. Yeah! So you are all caught up. Whoopsie. Not what I meant to do. There we go. Also, I bring news. Bubsy 4D is not bad. Ooh. Same problem in other channels. Bengali is having the same problem in other channels. Okay, hang on. That okay, so then it's not just exclusive to my stream. So cannot oh wait. Messages not appearing in multiple streams / channel. Okay, so Okay. So the top 3 things I'm seeing here, Bengali, is that it's either a site-wide, which I can't imagine this being the case, but a site-wide chat suspension, an IP ban carryover, which those don't sound correct because Bengali, you're Twitch whispering me and I'm seeing it, or browser extension conflict. That last one might be it. I'm also reading like clear your browser, cache and cookies. But you're saying wait, Bengali, you're saying this is happening different devices, right? Maybe maybe do this. Go into your account. There's apparently like a section for account suspensions. Sorry, visit the Twitch account enforcement page to see if your account has a global. Wait, what is this? I guess search up Twitch account enforcement to see if your account has a global restriction preventing you from chatting anywhere except your own channel. Could be an account issue. Yeah, Gato, for some reason Bengali can't chat in here, but it's not just here at the Star Park, it's other channels as well. Then shouldn't that be 37 months? Well, I'm looking, so Shifty, I'm hovering over your sub badge in chat, and it says 3-year subscriber, and then in parentheses it says 36 months. So you've been subscribed for 36 months. I'm a linguist, so I've been trained, I've trained my ear for that, and I don't want to get more specific for privacy, but I can hear more specific than West Coast. Oh, wait, you tag, wait. Cole, you tagged me as a West Coast person? Oh, dude, that's a skill. I like that. And you would be 100% right. I'm over here in SoCal. Oh, Candy Kid, have a great evening. I know you're probably gone, but thank you for stopping by and coming in with the raid. Me struggling to get the channel points to resize sources. Oh my god, wait, hold on. You're asking about stream questions. I love answering those. Sorry, Boj. Let me scroll up. I want to make sure that I get everybody. Okay. All my ads are food ads. Dude, I love when my ads are food ads. I thought I heard a West Coast accent. You would be spot on. Okay. No, I'm starving. No. Okay. Checking mod actions. There's a thing from 2021. Haywire about time. Yeah, but that's a timeout. That's not even a ban. I cast ads be gone. Now they're gone. Okay. I had to end stream because I got frustrated trying to make channel points to make my bug PNG tuber bigger and smaller, and it bricked my stuff. Uh-oh. So, Boj, what chat, or what stream bot are you using? Sorry, I got enthralled watching Chibi Doki play Halo on YouTube. What have you done today? We actually haven't even started yet, Gato. I've been like all over the place and getting like super distracted, and now we're trying to break Bengali out of the Shadow Realm. Line between those. Yeah. So we're gonna add that, and then we're gonna start color. How are your streams so well put together? 3 years. 3 years of working in Sammy. Sammy right now is my go-to my go-to stream bot. It does everything, and it is so versatile that not only do I have like channel or sorry, chat commands, like custom chat commands through Sammy, but I also have custom channel redeems, custom alerts like the raid alert. Sammy runs this entire JRPG minigame down at the bottom of the screen called Love Quest that you guys take full control over. I have nothing to do with Love Quest, that's all you guys. Yeah, it does everything. Basically. I don't remember. How is your stream so well put together? Me struggling to get channel points to resize sources. So, I guess I should scroll down. You probably answered this question. Morpheus, hi! I cast mod steal that man's kneecaps. Morpheus, hello, how are you doing? Or I should say Kane. You might want to go by Kane instead. I'm using StreamerBot. I see. StreamerBot is actually the most powerful out of the big three. So I always say that there's the big three is comprised of StreamerBot, Sammy, and Mix It Up. Those are the big three. I would say StreamerBot's the most powerful, but also the most complicated. Mix It Up is the most beginner friendly, but struggles with more complicated things. And Sammy is that sweet spot where, like, I'm not a programmer, I'm mostly an artist, but I can kind of understand what's going on here and not have the frustrations I get when I'm trying to do something complicated, as opposed to Mix It Up. Because Mix It Up is definitely the most user-friendly for beginners who are just getting off of, like, Nightbot and going into something more advanced. But God help you if you try to do something extremely complicated and Mix It Up. You might as well just switch over to either StreamerBot or Sammy at that point. It does not have... It's not good. Like, it could do it, but you'll be like, WTF am I even doing anymore? I tried messing with Mix It Up a few times, and like, what my quote-unquote basic stuff that I do here in Sammy, I'm like, why am I like doing all these hoops and going through all these like different layers in Mix It Up? Why can't it just be one single consolidated thing like I get in Sammy? But yeah, so I use Sammy. Sizing, so I have a suggestion, Boj, for you. I don't know if do you happen to use the Move plugin, the Move OBS plugin from Exceldro? Because that'll probably take care of yeah, I do. Oh, perfect. Okay, hang on. We're gonna do some teaching here. So what I would do, we're gonna see like a mirror effect here, so you guys can say hi to yourselves. I think it's monitor 3. Or is it monitor 2? Okay, that's monitor 3. Okay, this is monitor 2. Okay, look, there we are, guys. Look, Mom, there I am in the back. Or no, sorry. Look, Gary, there I am in the back. Okay, so what I would do, Boj, the easiest thing that I could probably think that you can do to like resize things is this is gonna be a quick tutorial, you guys. Quick tutorial. So I'm just gonna bring up. Are you guys gonna see a? I apologize. You're probably gonna get. If you're in a dark screen, or I'm sorry. If you're in a dark room, please be warned that for a brief moment you're gonna be flashbanged. really quickly because I'm gonna create a color source, and the color source always defaults to white. So I apologize. So I'm gonna do that right now. Okay. So you guys can't see anything. Let me move this down over here. Okay. So we have this. We're just gonna pretend, Boj, that this is your bug. It's almost like that meme. And then the cat blows up in like a white line. A white light. Hello. I can smoke, right? Felix, hi, how are you doing? Okay, so we're gonna pretend, Boj, that this is your bug, that you want to scale up and down. Wait, okay, so Boj, really quickly, is this thing supposed to like grow and shrink like multitudes of times, or is it just like one grow and then back down to default? Because depending on how you answer, I might not be able to devote that much time to it, but I at least can show you the basics, and maybe you can get an idea from there. And I'm getting, after seeing your raid intro, and was wondering if you can grace my vision with the excellent sequence you've crafted once more so they could see it. Oh, do I still have? Okay, yes, I can show that. I think I have the ability to. I think I still have the ability to do that. Wait, hold on. I think I can. Hang on, let me see. Raid. Oosh. You know what? This is. It's gonna be a little glitchy. Oh my god, I'm. Part of the song you seek. What? Battery depletion? No! Why? Welcome, Raiders, to the Brushtail Brigade! I'm your excitable commander and Star Park Director, Sen. Together, we forge all kinds of adventures, from gaming to art. However, I can't do this alone, so let's meet our crew. Haywire, our sassy bot, controlling all the bells and whistles behind the scenes. Loaf, our silent protagonist of Loaf Quest and cinnamon roll connoisseur. And of course, our friendly community at large, the Brushtail Brigadiers. So, set your life points, choose your Pokemon, and grab a controller. An adventure awaits. I like how the block of color decided to make its debut in the loading screen there. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. See, it's been a hot minute since I've done that like manual raid. I'm like, oh my god, wait, there's more to Boj's name than just Boj. Okay, alright, hang on. The staff reminds me of chicken. Wait, reminds me of a cricket bat. A cricket bat. Wow. Block of color. Staff reminds me. Oh yeah. Dude, I fell in love with that style of magic staff, and I'm like, dude, I need that. Okay, so here's we're just gonna assume that this is Boj's little bug thing. So with the move plugin, what I would do, Boj, and this is the chicken. Look, I can't spoke right, okay? I definitely cannot spoke right, clearly. So I'm gonna assume that it's the simpler one and not the more complicated one. If it is the more complicated one, with what I show you here, you could probably, you know, expand upon it and have like multiple layers of things. But here's what I would do. Okay, so first, since you already are familiar with the Move plugin, I would go to right click. So in this case, we're gonna assume that your main thing is our main stage here. So we're gonna go to filters. Oh look, we're all over the place here. So we're gonna go to filters, and then we're gonna add a filter, and we're gonna add a excuse me, a move source filter. I would probably actually rename this to we'll just say it bug default size, right? So we're gonna name this bug default size, and then we're gonna change the source over to, oh, let me move this over, by the way, since you guys are like, I want you guys to be able to see. Sorry, Loaf. Oh wait, Loaf's not over there. Loaf's in the middle of his quest. Okay, so that's fine. So the source is going to be so this is the bug, right? This is the bug thing. So we're gonna make sure that the source is set to your bug PNG tuber or PNG, whatever it is. And then we're just gonna click, so here's the important part. So you wanna make sure that your bug is the normal size that you want it, like just straight up normal, like no skewing or anything. So shrink it. So I'm gonna be like, you know what, I want my bug a little bit smaller on the screen. Like I want it to be there. So now that you have your bug scaled to where you want it, you're gonna come over here and you're gonna press this get transform button. And then this will rescale you know, the default size. So now if I'm like, oh, look at it, let's make bug bigger, right? Oh wait, hang on. Let me actually like not block the. I need you guys to see like this part up here. So oh no, I accidentally like increased the size of this bug by well, if you just click the eyeball, boom, it goes back to it being its normal size. So now let's actually create another move source, and we will call this bug big size. And then we again want to make sure that the source is set to bug. In this case, it's our color. And then I'm gonna be like, well, I want the bug, when somebody redeems this, I want the bug to like go to this size, right? So then I'm like, okay, I'm satisfied with this size. So let's go down and get transform. So now, if we click default size, it goes back to default size, and if we go big size, it goes back to the big size. So we can toggle these back and forth over and over and over again. But you can also get like really creative with it. And see, for something like this, I really don't like the 300 milliseconds. So I'm actually gonna jump this down to 100 milliseconds for both of these. Just so that it's like a little bit more snappy. I want something a little bit more snappy. So that feels better. That feels better. It's like whoosh, whoosh, and then we can even go even more crazy with this. So in the Move plugin, we can actually change the easing function. And one of my favorite things to do for like a resizing is I like to change this to, I believe it's elastic. So I'm gonna try doing elastic for the easing function for both of these, and you'll see what happens. So now when I go the big size, I think I might have done it too fast then. Hang on. Let me try, because this should be different. Okay, yeah, I made it too quick. Okay, so we're gonna go back to 300. So the elastic has this really cool like bounce back effect. So I absolutely adore that. So whenever I'm like, trying to use relative transform for each redeem to increase and decrease the size by 10% or 0.1, so there's no build cap or limit or anything. I see. Definitely something that is doable, but it's a little bit trickier and difficult to manage. I would say, like, it's definitely possible, but I would say it's a little bit more volatile than the absolute transforms. So here's a question for you really quickly, Boj. Is there in StreamerBot, is there a way to change the settings of a filter? Because it would probably behoove you to have the settings be changed. No idea. I doubt. Oh! Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so brand new. Okay. See, I get where you're coming from and in wanting to use the relative transform, but it's a very volatile transform. And the reason I say it's volatile is because it is the relative transform is holistically dependent on that instance of OBS. If OBS were to crash or shut down, or things were not properly put back into their original default form, then that becomes the new default. So as a way to mitigate this volatility, what I would do is I would still have a bug default size, which is absolute, and then a bug relative size that uses the relative transformation. That way, if the bug size ever does get like totally out of whack, you at least have the default size that you can toggle and bring everything back down to where it should be. I want to be persistent because there's a reset channel redeem. That's what I was doing. Oh, interesting. And I made the reset cheaper. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. But in the future, what I would strongly recommend doing, and let me see if I can remember which one I'm doing this on. Oh man. There's oh, it's probably my HP bars. Hold on. This probably takes place during the where is it? Damage calculation? No, actually, let's do this. Let's just go into. Hang on, I'll find it. I'm pretty sure with kind of what you're doing, I'm pretty sure I'm doing with my HP bars in a completely different way, but the logic should be the same. But I just gotta find an HP bar updater. I have no idea where I put one of those. Sound effects, summon. Oh, HP bar updater. Okay, so let me show you what I'm doing here. So again, I'm not incredibly familiar with StreamerBot, but if you can ever find a filter change setting in StreamerBot, which I have to assume it exists somewhere, what I would recommend doing is have the relative transformation on the StreamerBot side of things rather than in the Move plugin, because the Move plugin, I found the relative transformation is just so incredibly volatile to where like I've straight up just like given up on it, and instead I've used math. I know it's not the easiest thing to kind of come up with, but basically what I do with my HP bars is this is how I do a relative transform on my HP bars, where like I have the x-axis being scaled based off of this formula, which isn't a good example because like this is just, I think this is Loaf's HP like going to max, Let me see if I can find one where Loaf's HP is like the mathematical formula that I miraculously was able to come up with. Okay, this is not Love Quest spoiler, or this is not Project Love spoilery, so. Alright, monster class, yeah, okay, so I want it here, damage calculation, target has more shields and damage. No. Less shields and damage. Where's my HP bar updater? Oh my god. Dude, this the damage calculation function that I made for Love Quest is the biggest one I've ever made. Okay, here we go. So here's a great example of like how I use this mathematical formula to generate like a relative scale for just Loaf's HP bar, and it's basically using a division formula where like I'm taking Loaf's I'm taking Loaf's current shield count and dividing it by his max shields, and then I just have this like this bound area, but like whatever that is, I plug it into here and it'll scale it down. See, OBS scales things in terms of 0 and 1, where 0 is 0% and 1 is 100%. So like 0.5 is 50% scaled. So you can, or better yet, oh dude, do I have, wait, hold on. I think I have an even better example. Let's see, do I have bios? Interesting blocks. Change color, proof of concept, grab the duration of media source, VLC media control. No, darn it, I don't have, dude, oh dude, it was this shrink and grow that I did in conjunction with Bio, because Biopod Gaming wanted a shrink and grow, and I came up with this brilliant way to do it, and I don't have it here. You know what it is? It's in my test environment, my Sammy test environment. Darn it, dude, I thought I had it here. I downloaded a second version of Sammy where it like that's where all of my testing, like hardcore testing, goes into. But darn, I don't have it with me. That would have been the perfect thing to showcase to you. But yeah, so with what you're doing right now, Boj, is good enough. It's gonna have a little bit of hiccups every now and then. It's gonna sometimes not be the best, just because like I have never mastered relative transformations before. And so it's in many aspects it's kind of a confusion for me. But yeah, as long as you have like a default size that you can reset to at a moment's notice in case something breaks, then that should be the safeguard. Do I have that version? I think so, Bio. You and I worked on it together. The one where like we got rid of like 100 lines of code just because I came up with a brilliant idea to like consolidate it into one comment block. Anyway, sorry you guys. I wanted to do that quick lesson because I love teaching streamers new tips and tricks as best I can. So Gacho, I haven't forgotten about you. We are going to be, the stream will not end until we finish this piece tonight. So I might just jump ship and learn Sammy because block-based programming is super simple. Yeah, right? Like my brain, I looked at StreamerBot. Now, granted, this was like 2 or 3 years ago, and I know they recently got a visual UI overhaul, which looks absolutely gorgeous. I wish Sammy could have the same beautiful UI overhaul that StreamerBot did. But I was trying to meddle with StreamerBot, and it was basically it was basically like, here's a blank spot, like start typing your code, and I'm like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I don't, like I know coding, but not to an extent where like I could just like, oh yeah, I know this. Oh, and you did, you know, curly bracket this, open caret that, close caret, all this stuff. Oh, function, try catch, and all this stuff. Like, I know the bare minimum, but like you know, for me, it's got to be in human speak for me to get anywhere. Otherwise, it's just me in textbooks and like YouTube videos and stuff, and I'm spending like 36 hours on something that I just wanted, like a simple like 3-line code something, because I don't know the syntax. So with Sammy, it's really easy because I'm like, oh no, oh, I want to change source visibility. Oh, just type it in and there it is. It makes sense. Anyways, chicken bracket. Big mood, send big mood. By the way, it's pronounced with a hard O and G, like ogre. Oh, wait. Ogre. Bogue? So it's Bogue? Oh my god, I've been saying it wrong this whole time. Because I looked at it and I'm like, if I change, if like the bee was looking at itself in the mirror, then that would spell Doge. So I'm like, oh, Doge, but with a B, Boge, got it. But no, of course I got it wrong. So, Bogue. Got it. Trying to use relative transfer. Oh yeah, okay, so I read that. Behoove. Yeah, I love that word. It would be insane if it didn't. It's a, well, no, that's not good. I wanted to be persistent because there's a reset. Oh, so wait, are you saying that you want the relative transform to be persistent over multiple different streams? If that's the case, yeah, you would definitely need to, oh man, how would you do that? Like, there's obviously the suggestion I made, because then you can like capture it and save it, but like off the top of my head, if you want it to be persistent, like the shrink or grow position, and you wanted it to be persistent over multiple streams, like literally the only thing I can think of is that so how I would do it, like this would be quick, messy, but easy, is like every time a channel redemption is redeemed, like it grows, I'm just gonna use grow, it's gonna grow the bug by 1, but then also in the background I would have a variable, and then, and I'm sure StreamerBot does this too. So I would then like take that variable and save it out to an INI file. And then have that happen every single time the redeem is made. So let's say we're on like grow 20, right? This is the 20th time the bug has grown. So then StreamerBot will then keep adding and adding and adding, and then saving that number to an INI file. And then upon next start of stream, before you go live, you would have another function that would load that number, like put the bug back to default size, and then take that number it's saved in the INI, and through like a repeat function, like have it repeat over and over the relative transformation by the amount that was in the INI file. So like, let's say it was, the bug got enlarged by 20. So then the next time, StreamerBot loads the number, and because the number is 20, inside the repeat function, it will repeat 20 times. So it'll like grow the bug 20 times to get back to where it was in the previous stream. And that way, when you do actually go live, then it's back at size 20, and then chat can just keep growing it from there. That would be like the quickest and easiest easiest but most messy solution. And then the other solution is much more complicated, but kind of like hands off after that. Would be what I showed you. Is like, see if there's a filter change settings, come up with a mathematical formula that incrementally grows the bug. But I mean, you still kind of run into, even that though would be kind of messy, because you still run into the wait, you would be able to go beyond 100%. Yeah, it would be the most complicated, but it would be the most, I guess, sustainable over the long term is what I would go with. But for something quick and easy, I would go with that first one. Like, have it save a number, and then create a quick function that you play at the start of stream, like before you start streaming, so it grows it back to whatever the number it was. Math, I know, it's frustrating because like it gets complicated, but if you could stick with it and be persistent, like you could do whatever you want in StreamerBot or Sammy. Vogue. I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna trip up sometimes. Vogue. Anyways, use a counter on a 10% sliding scale so you can reconstruct the size from just signed integer. Yeah. Then repeating audibly the stuff I typed. Sen, you're adorable. You're so helpful. Hey man, when I'm helping somebody, I'm very thorough with everything. Oh my god, wait, where's our music marquee? There we go, so you guys can see what music's playing. Anyways, all right, so we are almost 2 hours into this art and chill. We haven't done a single thing of art, but hey, that's the chill part of art and chill. All right, Gato, let's continue down this amazing amazing art piece. So we're gonna add a little bit to the eyes based off of some feedback Gato gave me 2 weeks ago, and then we are gonna start with our spray paint, because this is what I consider a half body street sketch. A street sketch is very pencil sketching, mixed in with like a stylized spray paint effect, looking almost like graffiti or street art, like on this digital canvas. I'm kind of a big fan of like the loosey goosey like spray paint, which is why I've added it as one of the things that I give away every month for our art redeems. Or art raffles. Hello, redeems, raffles, what? Okay, you guys, say goodbye to the paw beans for now, because we're gonna get to drawing. Oh, Van, that's something I'm gonna have to ask you in the far future, because you are incredibly multi-talented. But one of the things I was thinking about recently is it would be kind of cool to have, like, whenever we're doing these art and chill streams, it would be kind of cool to have like a little monitor appear in front of me, and then you just see like this little stylus like scribbling on the monitor. Like, you would only see the top of the stylus because like the rest of it would be behind the monitor. But that's something I was thinking. Thank you. Also, I have a headache, so I gotta. Yes. Bogue, go get some food. Definitely post-stream care. 100%. Okay, so let's zoom in here. And then we want to make sure that we have the correct... No, wait. This is only... Oh no, it messed with my... It messed with my settings. Hang on. Let me see. Ooh. What am I looking at here? Wait. Why is it light mode suddenly? What is happening? Okay, wait, hold on. Where is... Step backwards. Alt Control Z. Well, heckies, where did it go? I had a Huey on tablet thing here. Was she blind, or did I put it in here by accident? Oh, I did put it in here by accident, okay. The Alt Control Z. Step backwards. I don't know why. Alt Control Z. Whoops. Also, hold the phone. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. I knew something wasn't right. Give me a sec, you guys. What the? Oh, what? All right, hang on. I knew something wasn't right. I don't even know why I still have that version on my computer. Give me a second. I was like, dude, something's not right here. Okay, hang on. I need to make this back to Control Z. Okay. There! Oh my god! What am I even thinking here? Yeah, something didn't look right. I was like, what is going on here? Okay, now I need to pull up the color, the reference. Missions, Gato, 30-minute persona sketch. Alright, there we go. So this is the Sona that we're working with today. And then also I want to pull up my crystal case. So this is the crystal we will be working on after Gato. Okay, so we're gonna go smaller eyes. And then we're gonna Legends of the Ocarina of Time, yeah. But yeah, by Bogue, dude, my brain wants to go immediately to Bog, but I'm like, no, Ogre, Bog. All right. Yes, perfect. Excellent. So that was the one request by Gato. Bogs are cool. Yes. Whenever I hear the word bog, I can't help but think of Misty Bog from Spyro 1. Alright, so now that we got that done, let's get to the color. So first off is the fur. We're gonna go spray paint color. We'll start from the bottom here. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Expression. Spray paint colors. So this is where it gets fun. We're gonna go a little crazy here. Loosey goosey. So we don't. How I treat this is I don't try to get outside the lines, but on the same token, I'm not, you know, being a stickler about it. Oh my goodness. I'm hearing the squeaks of doom, which means my screen needs to be cleaned. 80% of the province I grew up in was a bog. Really? Oh, Cole, you said, wait, was it you who said that you were from Canada? Dude, I have a really good friend who lives up in Canada. He's an amazing bean and a great speedrunner. He goes by Savage Wizrobe. But yeah, he lives up in he's Canadian born. I know he's asked me several times if I'm ever coming to Vancouver, and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to Vancouver anytime soon. I get really, it's funny, I get really skittish when it comes to travel. You would think that I would love travel, but I'm actually the opposite. I'm very skittish when it comes to traveling, and infinitely more skittish when it's someplace outside the country, and infinitely times 2 more skittish if I have to cross an ocean. Like, I already get very, I'm a very nervous airplane flyer. I don't know. I get a lot of anxiety being in an airplane. Sometimes when I bring my Switch along and I play a game on my Switch, I can kind of calm my body down, or more specifically, calm my mind down. But a lot of times I can't get beyond I am in a giant pressurized tube, where if this tube fails in any way, shape, manner, or form, I am pretty much dead. And then me being deathly afraid of heights doesn't help matters any. I'm a very, very nervous individual when it comes to heights. But I will say, once the airplane has reached maximum altitude and I'm able to see like giant floofy clouds, oftentimes I do calm down, because the majesty of those giant floofy clouds actually calms myself. But as we're like rising and I'm seeing the floor get smaller and smaller, or if we're like inside of clouds and we're hitting turbulence, dude, my anxiety shoots through the flipping roof. I try my best not to lose it. And there have been times in the past where friends have heard me audibly whimper while I'm in the plane. Pretty sure SoCal traffic is more dangerous than planes. Oh yeah, Cole, 100%. 100%. And that's actually a comforting thought for me. Grew up in Manitoba, about an hour north of North Dakota, Minnesota border. Ooh, traveling is fun. The U.S., the third country I've lived in. I'm pretty sure that SoCal traffic is more dangerous. Yeah. No, look, I've lived in SoCal most of my life. I would say like 99.9% of my life. I can attest the drivers around here are fanatical. Like even coming home from work today, I was cut off by 3 people and almost hit by 1. So I'm like, cool. Because I have to deal with those kind of drivers on a day-to-day basis, I have learned to become a very defensive driver. And I've gotten into, like, it's so funny. There's like these little nuances that drivers will do when they're eager to like they're gunning to cut you off. And I'm like, yeah, this guy's gonna cut me off. So then I slow down and then they cut me off. I'm like, yeah, I could tell. They have these like telltale signs behind the wheel. Mad Max, yeah, Mad Max Furry Road. Over here. One thing I will say, for those visiting SoCal, if there's ever a time you're visiting out this way, you probably won't encounter this freeway, but if you ever have to drive the 405, please be careful. The 405 is freeway driving on the hardest difficulty. I have never seen a more cluttered mass of how did you get your driver's license in the first place I've ever seen. It's the Hunger Games, but on a freeway. I've driven on it a few times, and I'm like, what are these people, like, what are these people on? Like, it's crazy. I've heard the legend of the 405. Yeah, it's wild, Cole. Like, if you ever wanted to experience Mario Kart in real life, the 405 is your freeway. I have never asked myself the question, how did you get your driver's license in all of my life in one sitting, than when driving the 405. Like, I just don't know what those people, like, it's like, calm down, my guys. But yeah, that's the other thing. There's a lot of road rage over on our freeways and highway systems over here. And it's kind of sad, in all honesty, to see. Wait. Oh, I thought this was Infinity's End. I love Infinity's End. One of my favorite tracks. This is definitely not Infinity's End. Oh! Aha! I'm glad I checked. There's a... Oh! That is not the right layer. But yeah, there's a lot of crazies that drive out this way. And I always feel it's kind of disheartening at times, because I don't know why I just did that. It's kind of disheartening at times, just because like there's not a lot of, I guess, human connectivity out this way. Our culture here in most of California is that of like mind our own businesses, but there's actually an unintended consequence of that cultural mindset, and that's we kind of forget that we're all fellow people, and so it gives us the unfortunate ability to be able to be mean to one another and not feel any form of remorse about it, because it's like, oh, who's this person? Like, this person's nobody to me. Like, why should I care about what they're saying? Like, my what I feel is much more important than what they feel. So it's this weird like isolationist mentality where like you don't really interact with anybody outside your circles, and they're almost like those people who are outside your circles almost don't even exist. So because they don't really exist, then it's okay to be mean to them. At least that's kind of how I interpret it, based on living here for so long. And it's actually kind of sad, because out this way you don't get the same level of communal help and support that you would find in other places of the country, especially the Midwest. Like, it's crazy that, and this was my experience living in Arkansas for a brief period of my life, is that in the Midwest there's a lot of people who like will be friendly just because it's like, I don't know, the kind thing to do. Now I know it's not all places are like that, but it's definitely there's pockets of the states where there's still like an aspect of like communal helpingism, I guess, where like for example, like the easiest way I can visualize this is when I lived in Arkansas, when I waved at a neighbor or like a driver or, you know, somebody just walking by and I would wave at them, they would wave back and greet me and just like be, hey, you know, I don't even know these people, but they're just like, hey, and they would wave back. If I went to downtown Los Angeles and I waved at a stranger walking by, there's actually like a 25% chance that I would probably get assaulted. Like, not even joking. I would probably just straight up be assaulted. Probably robbed of my wallet too. And so that's kind of like the stark contrast between like the culture here in California as opposed to like, I guess, most of the rest of the world. And the other thing that's kind of sad about California culture is we live a lifestyle that I would call iPhoneism, where it's like, oh, you know, in one aspect this could be a good thing, but I feel like it's not balanced. So what I mean by iPhoneism is that it's like we have things, but we don't put a lot of value on them. So there's no respect for what you have, because it's like, oh, you know, I have this TV, but it's not the latest TV, so let's just get rid of it and get the latest TV. And what's kind of sad is that you get this mentality and mindset where you don't see the value in a lot of things. And so that also gives way to like I guess trashing like communal spaces. It's like, oh well, it doesn't matter. Like they could just make a new one, or they can just get a new one or something like that. And so that only exacerbates the issue of like why we're so mean to each other over here, is because like there's not this value that you see other places. Like the perfect example is Japan. Like there's some aspects of Japanese culture that I really respect and admire, and the idea of like tradition and what has come before is highly respected, and I find that to be fascinating, because over here, like the example that I always find the most fascinating is the Japanese culture of family name. Like they hold great respect to the family name. It's like when you go out in society, it is your responsibility to bring honor to your family name. And in doing so, you have brought respect to the family and also improved society as a whole. Here in California, that concept is non-existent. So you could be as rude and as disrespectful and as vulgar as you want, because we don't hold value to our family names. We don't look at our last name and be like, I am carrying a legacy with me and I want to bring honor to this legacy. Like that's just something that's non-existent here. And so you being rude to the waiter or the waitress at a restaurant, like, doesn't even phase you, because it's like you don't hold value in your ancestry name, your family name, your clan name, whatever. And it's really quite sad, because I feel like we could be a lot nicer if we held some value of our family name. Be like, I'm going to, you know, this name means something, and I'm going to continue that legacy. But with iPhoneism, there's no such thing as legacy. Legacy, what's that? You mean over 4 months old? I have to think about something 4 months old or even longer? What is this, dude? I'm just gonna go buy a new iPhone. So we lose that bit of kindness that could come from a mentality that's, you know, more focused on bringing respect and prestige to your familial name. Azur, hi, how are you doing? He looks good, I know, doesn't he? I really, Gato, I love the suggestion you gave. I think this looks, the little, like, eye thingies. So good. And then also, I don't know why this just reminded me, but it's part of the stream title. Since I was basically done with that topic anyways, let's move on to something that I know some of us have been curious about, because some of us are really like Destiny. So the last part of the stream title today is called Destiny 2 Waffle House. So anybody who is familiar with the Waffle House out here in the States, Waffle House is known for people getting in fist fights a lot at this franchise. I don't know why, but it just seems to be a magnet towards violence. And so, as I mentioned in the beginning of stream, Destiny 2 is coming to its end. It is a premature death. I think there was an innumerable amount of things that could have prevented its death. But here we are. So, what I would consider one of my top 5 favorite games of all times is now dying. There is one more expansion that is coming on June 9th. And after that June 9th expansion, that's it. Now, I am taking solace in the fact that the game will be online and continue to be playable for the foreseeable future. That part is not dead, thank goodness. So I will be able to go back and play. But as far as the live service, like MMO style content cadence, that's dead. That's buried. That's gonna die June 9th. And I have had a plethora of different emotions swell within me, knowing that this is a reality. The most difficult thing to come to grips with is, so a lot of us who were here 2 years ago knows the tragedy that happened in my life 2 years ago, where we sadly lost Sendad to cancer. It was the roughest time of my life. I have never felt that level of grief before, ever. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because there was one thing that was there for me to help me navigate the absolute grief I was experiencing. And that was Destiny 2. For you see, 2 weeks after Sendad had passed away, Bungie released one of their best expansions ever, called The Final Shape. So, if the Final Shape was not there at the time that it was, I would have been in a much worse state than I found myself in. And so I have to thank Bungie and Destiny 2, specifically the Final Shape DLC, for helping me navigate that dark chapter of my life. And so it hit me and it has been hitting me particularly hard, because the thing that saved me during the passing of Sandad is now dying. And so, as you can imagine, my emotions have been all over the place. I mean, heck, even before I logged into stream today, I was going through some waves of horrible emotional turmoil. And so it's been a crazy, because Bungie announced that the live service portion of Destiny 2 was coming to a close 1 week ago to this day. So last Thursday they dropped that bombshell, which is one of the reasons I did not stream last week on Thursday and Friday, because I was an emotional wreck to say the least. So what I found out today is there's apparently a civil war happening within the Destiny and Marathon communities, and I poo-pooed it because I'm like, so what? Like, I heard what the Mr. Destiny himself, the biggest name in Destiny content creation, goes by the name of Astacross, and he said some things, and I get it. He's in the anger portion of the 5 stages of grief, and so he said some things about him wanting Marathon, which is Bungie's other game, to fail, because the backstory there is that optically, this didn't actually happen, but from our perspective, that's why I say optically wise, it looked like Marathon was the reason Destiny 2 died. And the reason why it looked like that optically is because a year ago, Destiny was not in a good state. Bugs everywhere, content drying up by a large, wide margin. And all the while, Bungie, the studio behind both Destiny and Marathon, were remaining deathly silent on the Destiny side of things, and we're like, hey, we're a little concerned here, you know, you guys haven't been talking to us, and you guys said that, you know, there was going to be like the state of the game and giving us reassurances when the state of the game came out, and then no state of the game ever came out. We were hearing nothing but silence. And then on the flip side, the Marathon side of things, dude, game director talking every day to the community. You had these these dev posts all over the place, like 5 a day, and it was just like, what's happening? Like, first, you know, there's these rumors like year and a half ago that you guys took a bunch of Destiny devs who were working on the PvP side of things and moved them all over to Marathon, and now like Destiny's not getting any news and it's deathly quiet, and then Marathon is just getting everything, and then Marathon was also getting like everything us Destiny players have been asking for, like dedicated servers, certain matchmaking, and all this stuff, and we're over here sitting like, hey, you know, it kind of feels like you're abandoning us, and you know, Destiny's not in a great state, and so we're just kind of concerned that, you know, we don't want this game to die. You know, here's a bunch of ideas from the community, like, hey, could we just like get something, anything, like, is Destiny gonna be okay? Couldn't even answer that. And so we had to suffer through this like basically 6-month long like silence period. And then when Bungie finally decided to speak again about about Destiny, it was like, oh hey guys, June 9th, last update ever. We're not gonna continue Destiny going forward. And so a lot of us were shocked because like literally a year ago, Bungie's coming out with all these like dev articles, streams being like, guys, the new era of Destiny is upon us. It's called the Fate Saga. But we finished the Light and Dark Saga. Now it's time for the new era of Destiny to usher forth all these great new things that we have coming down the pipeline. And then literally 8 months after they said that, dead silence. 100% dead silence. And then for 6 months we were like, what's going on, Bungie? And now we hear the news that Destiny is now, the live service portion's dying. Pharaoh, hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. So, that being said, this is why a portion of the Destiny community feels like Marathon was the reason Destiny died. Is for some reason Bungie just stopped talking to us, and Marathon's social media feeds going off the charts. When we went over to ask them like, hey, what's going on, we were ignored. Instead, more Marathon stuff. And so now there is actually a content creator civil war happening. And it is heating up to a level where I thought it was a joke at first, but there's some serious flaming going on back and forth between like some pretty big names in like the Bungie content creator space. Did you see the person behind the Destiny tricorn icon? Yes, I did see that. I was like, of course. Couldn't have been somebody else, it just had to be him. Okay, let's get the nose in there next. Oh wait, hold on. So, I was at work today and I saw a tweet from one of the 2 warring parties. And the dude was like flying off the handle at this other dude. And like, before this moment, I liked both of the dudes, right? For me, like, okay, I get it. They're grieving, and that grieving has turned into anger, and now that anger has to be directed somewhere, and they just so happen to shoot, they shot rounds at each other, and now there's a full-on, like, PvP zone in the Marathon Destiny social media space. But for me, it's crazy to me because it comes off as so petty. I don't think it was the reason. Here's my stance on it. I don't think Marathon was the reason Destiny 2 died. I feel like it had its part to play in it, but I feel like the biggest thing that killed Destiny 2 was greed. But then below that, it was lack of engine upgrades and a lack of a smooth onboarding system for new players. So that's like the Triforce of destruction for Destiny 2. But because of how Bungie handled the situation, optically, it would not be far-fetched for the unknowing person to believe that Marathon was the reason Destiny died. Now, for me, personally, I will not play Marathon for 2 reasons. First, I don't like extraction shooters. I just don't. They're not my cup of tea. I don't have any interest in an extraction shooter. But number 2, to me, Marathon is the pinnacle of all the bad decisions Bungie has made over the past 5 years. Who in their right mind thought it was a good idea, seeing the state that Destiny was in, and thought, let's pull resources from that game to build a new game from the ground up? All while Destiny is suffering. And so, what I think of Marathon is that it is the personification of the accumulation of bad decisions by Bungie leadership. And for that reason, it is the second half of why I will never play Marathon. I don't have anything against it personally. I think it's a beautiful looking game. I think everything that I've seen from it, the gunplay looks as snappy as ever. I think it is your classic Bungie game where it's best in class. But you will not see me ever playing that game. Even if it was gifted to me, I would not play the game. That's just where I sit on that. But I feel like this whole like war between like the Marathon content creators and the Destiny content creators, it's crazy to me. It strikes me as so petty, because the amount of vulgar things that they're saying to each other on social media, probably even right now, is wild to me. I'm like, this is not the time for this. Like, our favorite game of all time, Destiny community, is on the verge of death. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. And you're gonna waste your time and energy, like, bickering with content creators on Marathon, rather than trying to come up with ways to, you know, go out with the last hurrah or something. Destiny icon is a fidget spinner. It does look like a fidget spinner. Are all doing this kind of thing. Did you hear the rumors that Destiny 3 was pitched to Sony and said no? I did hear those rumors. I'm not surprised, given that a lot of the in the trench developers at Bungie absolutely adore Destiny as an IP. And so I was talking about this with my brother earlier. I would love to know what what Sony's plans are for Bungie. Chip, hi, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Because this is what I can't get my mind around, right? So I have done this mental exercise a myriad of times over the past 7 days. And so in these simulations I've gone through in my head. Yoler, hi, how are you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for the 26 biddies. Thank you. So here's what I can't wrap my head around, right? So I have done thank you for the 2 more biddies, Yoler. I have done I don't know how many simulations inside my brain where I am like the head of Sony, right? So I'm the head of Sony, and 3 years ago I purchased Bungie for $3.6 billion, right? So I purchased Bungie for that much. I then have to take 2 impairment losses over the next 3 years, revising downward to like something like $2.7 billion that Bungie is still worth. And then I'm looking at Bungie's portfolio, right? So here's what we got. So we have Bungie, who is now a 1 IP studio. Destiny is going offline. Like, there's not going to be any more updates for Destiny. And so here we have Marathon, which cost me, I believe it's $250 million, maybe more. Let's just say $500 million to make. So I spend $500 million on Marathon. Marathon is getting less active users on Steam. I'm gonna stretch my leggings right now. Getting less active users on Steam than the active users on Destiny 2, which is now on the verge of death. So an IP that seemingly looks like it's dying and there's going to be no more of it is actually getting more Steam online users than Marathon, which is your brand new game of 2 months. It's 2 months old. And so I spent $500 million, and I have said no to every one of Bungie's propositions for continuing the Destiny IP. So if I was a businessman and my number one goal was profit, if I was Netanyahu and I'm wanting profit more than anything else, especially to try to recoup the money that I invested in 3 years ago, 3.6 billion. I have to wonder, what is my business plan? What is my business strategy? Are we going to just throw more money at Marathon and just like make Marathon the new Destiny where it just keeps going and going and going? And that's it? Like, is that where I'm banking all of my assets to recuperate the money that I paid for Bungie? Like, I just don't know what the idea is. Like, make it make sense money-wise. Because right now, I just don't see how 9,000 active users on Steam, and we'll be generous. Let's say it's 9,000 on Xbox and 9,000 on PlayStation for a grand total of 27,000 people. So make it make sense. So I'm saying no to all Bungie's projects. And their only IP now going forward is going to be Marathon. How does 27,000 active players equate to eventually gets me back to $2.9 million? Sorry, $2.9 billion. Like, I may not be the best at math, and I surely am not the best businessman. But, I spend $50 on a person. I value them at $50. And then, in return, I shut down one of their 2 projects, and then the project I decided to keep online is smaller than the old project, and I'm getting like $2 back from the 50 that I gave them. So where's this other amount of money supposed to magically come from exactly? Like, here's what I think, and this is, again, this is why I'm not a business person, because I'm sure there's something I don't know. But I spent 3.2 billion on the studio. I then funneled another 500 million to have them make Marathon. If I've spent that much already, what's another 500 million? I'm just saying, what's another 500 million that comes complete with its own built-in fan base, who is so passionate that they will be extraordinarily loud and vocal on social media. Like, if you're going to lose money, my question then becomes, how do you stop at least the flow of money going out? And I'm just thinking, well, if Marathon's not going to do it, like, what are our options? Either we funnel more money into Bungie so that they can make a Destiny 3 or a Destiny game with a built-in fan base, so risk is like moved off the table there, like not completely, but a huge risk is now put off the table, because it's all about risk aversion when it comes to business people. Risk aversion is everything. And if I'm a business person and I'm trying to minimize how much risk I'm putting into an investment, one of the biggest risks is, will the game find an audience, right? Will Marathon find an audience? Okay, your love. Okay, yeah, Shinobi. Thank you. Yes. I'm stuffing it into my fur. So with the Destiny IP, you have a built-in passionate fan base, right? This fan base is so passionate and so loyal to this IP that this fan base was willingly allowing itself to be monetarily abused for 10 years. And they are still coming out in droves to defend this game. You talk about risk aversion, it's right there. It's built in. All you have to do, I know it's big money. But what's the alternative? You lose more money trying to like keep hobbling Marathon along, hoping it somehow is the next big thing. Well, like, just, you might as well just be throwing, and I'm not trying to say that, you know, I want Marathon to go away. Like, that's not the point. But business wise, right? It's not making the money that Sony was hoping it was going to make. It's not producing the numbers that Sony was hoping it was going to make. So here's how I see it. Sony has two options. They either let the Destiny IP die, and then a year from now let the Marathon IP die because it's just not happening, and then they shut down or dissolve Bungie as a studio, racking up L after L after L after L, because now you've killed Destiny, you've killed Marathon, you've killed Bungie, which is a huge name in the industry. It's got a lot of legacy to it. And then you've also spent an extra year funneling money into a project you knew that was going to fail off, over the long term. So now you've funneled in all this money and just lost it all. And so now you have a studio that you've dissolved that was one that you purchased 3 years ago for 3.6 billion. So now the 3.6 billion is completely, you might as well just flush that down the toilet, right? So that's option number one that I see from a financial standpoint. Or number two, you spend, you know, I'm not going to say that $500 million isn't a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but compared to what Sony has so far paid for Bungie, like, have them build a passion Destiny project that comes with a built-in loyal fan base off the riff. You know, maybe it flops, maybe it doesn't, but like, you're gonna be losing out on money either way, right? Like, if you go with option A, you're still losing out on a crap ton of money. At least with option B, you have minimal risk, but it's a large upfront cost. And so my hope is that Sony and Bungie are going to be talking very closely with one another over the next year to talk about how can we make the Destiny franchise sustainable, because that was the biggest problem with Destiny 2. It was not a sustainable structure. And I think it's the best option. And then at that point, like, I wouldn't mind. Hug, hello, welcome on in. Happy Pizza Friday Eve. Welcome to the Brushtail Brigade, and congratulations, you are our newest Brushtail adventurer. Welcome aboard. As I am heavily conversing about the whole Destiny situation. I don't know how to predict Sony. My biggest fear is that the Destiny IP will join Bloodborne in their IPs. I mean, maybe, Panda, but I sure as heck hope that Bungie has Sony has a backup plan to Marathon. Cole, thank you again for the another tier 1 sub, the pug. I just hope that Sony is working with Bungie to have a plan. I mean, unless they are just so sure that Marathon is their next biggest hit. But I'm just concerned because, you know, the numbers that Marathon are pulling are great for an indie studio. Like, that would be ultimate success. But when we're talking about something as expensive as Bungie, like, those numbers ain't cutting it, man. I mean, look at Final Shape's numbers. We're looking at like almost 200,000 to 300. Well, no, what was it? 200,000 players playing the Final Shape, and Bungie considered that a financial disaster. That's 200,000 concurrent players, all who bought the Final Shape. Marathon at its peak only had, like, day one had 80,000. Like, make it make sense to me. If Bungie is gonna go on one hand and say that Final Shape didn't hit the mark, and then had a bunch of layoffs afterwards, that was almost 200,000 people. And then you have Marathon now, brand new IP, 80,000. How is Bungie supposed to survive? I just don't know. And again, I would like to see Marathon continue, even though it's not my it's not my cup of tea, because I don't want the Marathon community to have to go through the grief that I have to go through with Destiny 2. It's not a good feeling. But yeah, I don't see how I don't see how Marathon becomes financially stable for where Bungie and probably Sony want it to be. I just don't. And I've had so many people on social media tell me, well, you should, you know, if you want Destiny 3 to even be considered, like, you should buy and play Marathon. And that's a fallacy in and of itself. Like, I paid roughly $100 to Bungie for the past 12 years. If that wasn't enough to get a Destiny 3 rolling, me buying $40 worth of Marathon is not going to move that needle. It's just not. And I totally get where the Marathon guys are coming from too. Like, I'm not discounting them. They're at the same level of scared that I was 1 year ago for Destiny. I recognize the pattern. Only hope that when June rolls around, the community is loud enough that I don't think Sony can be swayed otherwise. Willing to cut the loss. I'm gonna take a gamble and say that Concord has made Sony averse to funding D3 or any game similar. Which I get, Panda. But again, fear is not what makes good business decisions. It really doesn't. And like, what's horrifying is that Sony is on the verge of its biggest L yet. Like, Concord was a massive L. But if they have to dissolve Bungie, that is going to be such a massive L shockwave. I don't think Sony would ever be able to scrub that off the ledger. I mean, again, if they want to try that avenue, I mean, I'm not, who am I to say do or don't do it, but I'm just like, I've had, you know, if I'm Sony, I've had the biggest L in modern gaming, the gaming industry. Yoler, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, and it looks like you're in need of a rank up. So, the next time you are around for the housekeeping segment in the beginning of our streams, we will rank you up. Been subscribed for 6 months now. It's crazy. That's a crazy long amount of time. I thank you for all the support. But yeah, I just, it's a very interesting situation, Panda. Because I don't know. I get that they're fearful of having another Concord level disaster, but that's kind of the thing though, Panda. They're actually closer to another Concord level disaster than I think they even realize yet. Yeah, Sony baffles me. They seem so stingy with their IPs, but also don't seem to really care about them for good or for ill. Yeah, I don't know what Sony wants. You would think it would be money and profit, but the way they spent on Bungie and the way that they are not helping Bungie get another Destiny IP out the door, I'm just like, so you bought what, $3.2 billion paperweight. Is that what I'm understanding? I just I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird. Hoping they read the room, but we'll see. Sony is a strange one. Yeah, Sony. So I feel Sony and Nintendo are very strange. Like at least I know a little bit about, like I've kept up with Nintendo for long enough that I kind of see that what Nintendo kind of desires more than anything else is full unfettered control of their own IPs. I think Nintendo looks at Disney and they salivate because, like, Disney, you misuse any one of Disney's IPs in any way, shape, manner, or form, and like the Disney FBI will be at your door and you'll never be heard from again. Like, I think Nintendo looks at that and they're like, man, if we could send out our own like secret army or secret police force to just round up people that, you know, don't do what we want them to do, like emulate our games, man, that's like our dream, is just to have that level of unfettered control over our IPs. And see, like when I started looking at Nintendo through that lens, like all their decision making makes complete sense. All the baffling decisions and whatnot, like, because you would think that Nintendo just, like, Corpo Nintendo wants to make money, but that's not what Corpo Nintendo wants. They want power. They want control and power over their IPs. And they want to be able to dictate that power and control over the entire world. And I know that sounds crazy. I know that it sounds far-fetched, but you look at what they do to community-driven, like, fighting game things, and how you have to basically like have kitty gloves on, otherwise like you can't have their IPs there. It really doesn't sound far-fetched at all. Yeah, but like to any normal person, what I just said, I can totally see how they can think that sounds crazy, but like it's the only thing that makes sense with Nintendo's decision making. But Sony, I don't know enough about Sony to be like, oh yeah, this is what they're looking for. I see Concord, I see the giant L there, and then, you know, not greenlighting something that has a built-in player base as huge as Destiny, and like Destiny being one of the longest, most successful running live service games known to exist, which is what I thought Sony's MO was, like, oh, let's do live service. I thought they were all about the live service, and then, you know, they purchased the best and one of the biggest live service games out there, and they're like, nope, we're just gonna cancel it. I'm like, okay, Sony, sure. Their old MO, that was the MO of Jim Ryan. He's gone. Oh. Well, shoot. Of course. I guess that explains a lot. All right. Well, despite me yapping up a storm tonight, I do believe we're done with the street sketch here. Oh man. Yeah, crazy times we live in. You know what I also kind of think? I kind of think that Hang on, I'm gonna try to do something here. Yoler, thank you for the 127 extra biddies. Thank you. I'm gonna try to do something here. Gavin, hi, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Oops. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 8 heckin' months. I don't know why Haywire is taking an eternity to like get your alert up there. That's weird. Let me actually crop this. There we go. Dude, Haywire, you took long enough. Gammon, a rank. Dude, Gammon, did we just rank you up too? That's crazy. Alright, export. You guys, it's all of you! All of us. Oh, dude, that animation was so much fun to do. You guys are gonna flip over it. Gammon, there you are right there. Oh man, Felix, there you are. The way this animation came out, dude, it's gonna ooh, mwah, French chef's kiss. I was gonna say French kiss. Stand the pink streak on his bleak. Okay, anyways. Let me move this up here. Free stuff. Meadow Mage, Panda, it's Meadow Mage. This song will always remind me of Meadow Mage and his 13,000 Sogins. I believe he had that many, that's so ridiculous. And to have them all in his hand, Panda, all of them. Got rid of the first one, he summoned the second one. Got rid of the second one, got a third one. I'm like, dude, that's your entire hand. The actual odds of that is astronomical. Oh my goodness. He's missing at least one pink hair. Oh, wait, what? Really? Oh, in the front. I didn't even realize that. Okay, hang on. We're not done yet. We were close, though. Is this the long version, by the way? Hope so. Oh, it is. Good. I have a long version and a short version. Let me actually pull this up here. It goes all the way. Okay. Okay. Hey, oops. Oh well. Okay. Hold on here. Okay, and then we're gonna do okay. Perfect. There we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Fanta ad? Don't you just want to Fanta? I think that used to be their old slogan. What's the crystal chest? So the crystal chest has a wide variety of like little like not chat, I guess power-ups? I don't know what you want to call them. Like there could be like a potion inside of it that makes me you know, have inverted gravity for a short duration. There's one that makes me speed off the screen, grow, shrink, spin. There's some sound effects in them. Like a wide variety of like different fun things that only lasts for like a couple seconds. Oh, there's also the excerpts from the Book of Firecat. What do bees do after they're married? They go on a honeymoon. I cast cone. The dreaded cone. Okay, now this is ready. Okay, so we want there we go. Press street sketch. Air package. All right, Gato, sending this your way. I gotta find you first, Gato. Come out. All right, air package incoming. Okay. Thou place played Casualties Unknown? I haven't. Hurrah! Yes. I hope your friend loves it, Gato. I had a lot of fun working on it. Package received. Oh, speaking of care packages and like homages to things, because the whole care pack. Oh, the whole care package thing actually comes from me playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and I'm not talking about the one that's the most recent one. I'm talking about the one that was on the Xbox 360. That was actually a really good Call of Duty. So there was this 3 kill streak where you can call in I don't even know if it was called a care package. I think it was called a care package. And these care packages were like loot boxes. You can get anything from like, oh, here's a smoke grenade, to like, here's a 10 kill streak reward for you for free. So I used to love going around doing care packages. Friends, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Brushtail Brigade, and congratulations, you are our newest Brushtail adventurer. Welcome aboard. Yeah, it was care package. Yeah, So I used to, because I was good, but I was never good enough to get like a 5 to 7 kill streak. So I'm like, my best bet is the care package, which could contain one of those like kill streak rewards. So I would go around killing 3 people, call it a care package, and then see what I got. And so I was known for doing that. So that's an homage to when I used to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, getting back to the Destiny thing, because, well, I was gonna do this anyways, but it just seems more fitting now than ever. But I have decided to pay homage to Destiny 2 in Project Low. So something happens during the sequence of Fantastic Number 2 that anybody who is a Destiny player will immediately recognize. And it is going to be one of my ways that I try to keep Destiny alive, both my heart, in this community, and as a legendary game in general. Czar, hi, how are you doing? All right. Welcome on in. We're moseying on over to our fire crystal. There's a couple of things that I want to do with the fire crystal. So see how there's like this really cool, I didn't even mean to do this, but there's this really cool, almost like scratchy, like painterly effect going on, and I want to kind of do that with these over here. Oh my god, I like that. Maybe we I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with accuracy. Oh! That's the wrong layer. No wonder why it didn't look like anything was happening. Yeah, I like this like scratchy look that I got going on here. So I'm going to try to emulate that over yonder. Because I don't know about you guys, I'm a huge fan of the art direction of both, and I know these are wildly different games, so they have their art directions within the same generic ballpark. But I'm a huge fan of the art direction of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, as well as the art direction of Yoshi's Island for the Super Nintendo. They kind of have this like unique artistic quality behind them. And so that's why when I accidentally did these like scratchy marks with the red, orange, and yellow that you see here, it was reminding me very much of that idea. And so like I wanna try to like, look at how good that looks. Wow. I think it's too uniform though. I have to like push and pull this color in different directions. This is, dude, I'm having so much fun doing this. Just, it's sloppy, it's messy, it's like, there's not a lot of like critical thought behind this pushing and pulling. Hopefully making this look a little bit more organic, which is scratchy, like organic. Look at that. Okay. I think I may have like done a little bit much. Let's push this back a little. I think that was pretty good. Oh, so Boog, wait, I said that right? Wait, Ogre, Bogue. So for the rest to work, you have to apply a number to it. So it's exclamation mark rest, and then a space, followed by a number of brush tail tokens you want to give to the rest. So like for example, if you're gonna give like 1,000 brush tail tokens, so you do exclamation mark rest, then a space, 1,000, and then hit enter. Yeah, it's brush tail tokens. And then whatever you put into the rest, it's doubled for loaf. So like if you do 5,000, then it heals loaf for 10,000. And the same goes with the super as well. So some of the shinies I got on my vacation. Ooh, yes, Dar, yes. Okay, so let's see here. Is there any other? Because we were pretty much almost done with the. I think the only thing I want to touch up here is this part. It's like a little triangle piece. It's very subtle. Yeah, I kind of feel like I want to push this down. It's like way down here. Pushing this color down a little bit. Okay, there's our fire crystal, dude. I think that looks pretty good. Okairis, hi! How are you doing? Oh my goodness. Yeah, Felix, I love Kirby and the Crystal Shards. Guys, remind me again, for those that were here last year, what were the 5 games? Did we play Kirby and the Crystal Shards for Retrovember? Was that a part of the Retro Relay by any chance? Opinion on paper, Mario Color Splash OST or OST, not just the not the game, just the OST. It's funny you say that. Bogue, yeah, Bogue. Bear with me as as I train my brain to say your name. I've actually never played Color Splash before, which I know is sad. How do I know how much tokens? Bogue, it's gonna be exclamation mark wallet in chat. The exclamation mark wallet, and then look in your Twitch whispers. Haywire will send you all your information. If you want a more holistic knowing of what you have in your inventory, there's a channel redeem called My Inventory, and then she will tell you like everything you have in your bag. Like what Pokemon you have, if you have a Pokemon, how many grand mining facility drill charges you have. I don't know if My Inventory, if she shows you what Loaf Quest class you are. Wait, how many Brushtail tokens? You have 90? Hang on. How much do I have? Okay. Okay. There we go. I have so many Brushtail tokens, it's crazy. All right, so let me all right, let me move the fire crystal over. We're rich! Exactly. On the topic of D2, what do you think of the changes each weapon frame has intrinsic champion stopping? I think it's great. You know my stance on champions. I think they should have been sunset years ago. But clearly they survived and they're going to continue to survive. I can't say that I'm particularly happy about that, but with these weapon frames getting intrinsic anti-champion capabilities, I think I'll be a little bit more okay with it. How do you like the idea of the high albedo being changed from a 3-round burst hand cannon or sidearm to a full-on rocket frame? There we go, you guys. These are our 4 crystals. Fire, water, earth, and wind. Such a glow up for that guy. High albedo was actually my favorite sidearm in the Beyond Light era. So to see it getting a full remakeover into a rocket frame, I'm like so down for that. What are your thoughts on the potential? Like I'm going full copium here because I'm just gonna say it's confirmed, but even though the answer was maybe. How do you feel about Warmind cells returning? Dark, hi, how are you doing? Came into the world as Beyond Light sidearm, leaving as the first kinetic rocket sidearm, right? So good. Okay. You know, I wanted to start the water crystal, but I'm starting to hit that wall. The wall of sleepiness. Where it feels like I'm running out of steam, and I know we only have about 15 more minutes before we close down the shop or close down the Star Park for the evening. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave this image up, and then maybe just chat with you guys for like 10 more minutes, and then we'll close up shop. I'll get to bed. Have a wonderful night's sleep, and then be ready for tomorrow's adventure, which is side questing galore in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm so excited. Magician, hello, how are you doing? Oh, Magician, you're in need of a rank up? Ooh. Well, Magician, if you are around tomorrow for our housekeeping segment, which usually takes place the first 30 minutes of stream, 30 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on if I'm yappy, we will get you ranked up. Cody, hi, how are you doing? Cody, I'm doing phenomenally. If you want to see some Project Loaf spoilers, here you go. Look at our 4 crystals. We have successfully completed the fire crystal this evening. Next up will be the water crystal, the earth crystal after that, and the wind crystal. I will do my best to be there. Cool, but no pressure either, magician. You know, like if you can't make it, like anytime you come around and we're in the housekeeping segment, our bot Haywire, she keeps a list for me, so you just got added to that list, so I'll see it every time we go through our rank up ceremony segment of the housekeeping. Can I show you something curse I made for my raid alert, which I think I made while intoxicated at 4 in the morning? Sure, you can send me a DM. How does one buy an egg? Oh, it's !egg in chat. But it does cost, I think it costs like 2,500 brushtail tokens. So make sure that you have enough brushtail tokens. Also, you can change your Loaf Quest class if you want to change classes. We have 4 classes that you can play as in Loaf Quest. It's a knight, a mage, a healer, and an archer. And that one doesn't cost much of anything. I think it's like 5 cinnamon rolls, which is our channel point currency. I sent Discord friend requests, I think. Okay, let's see here. Where was it? Oh, because I'm already in. Okay, I see. Pending. Ah, yes, there we go. All right. You look forward to getting my pobs on the Seraph shotgun. I want the officer revolver, Panda. That's actually one of my favorite models of hand cannon. Is it that bunny one? Bogue, is that what I'm looking at? Ken, hi. I like these crystals so far. Yes. So, although I talk about Project Loaf a lot, I actually don't do a lot of Project Loaf stuff on stream with you guys because I'm trying to like keep it under wraps as best I can. But this is one thing that I think I can show. And I think it'd be great to do this with you guys. So Project Loaf is going to host 4 crystals, 4 elemental crystals: fire, water, earth, wind. What they do and how they pertain to Project Loaf, that you'll just have to find out when it's done. But at least I could show you like a no context version of what these crystals are. And for me, it was very important that I gave each crystal their own like physical personality. So I had these shapes in mind for a long time, and each one I think represents their element really nicely. So like the fire crystal kind of sort of resembles like a flame, like a crystallized candlelight. The water crystal, I wanted to be like symmetrical, like this harmony, because like water, you think calm, you think harmony, which something that's symmetrical is obviously is oftentimes harmonious. Then there's the earth crystal, and I wanted the earth crystal to feel beefy, so that's why I kind of made the earth crystal a little bit top heavy, as opposed to like the fire crystal, which is more bottom heavy. And then the wind crystal, I was very much, I had the idea of like a tornado. So it almost has like a, or even like an arrowhead of like a bow and arrow. So and for me, like, wind is kind of fragile compared to the others. So I wanted the wind crystal to kind of have this almost fragile sense to it. Like, oh, you should handle this crystal with care, because like if you drop it, it might break. So these are the shapes I went with. Yeah, I agree, Dark. I love this this Rainbow Road song. Oh, wait, the police car thing, right? Yeah, I've seen this somewhere before. I know it's a meme format. No, it's both? Oh. Oh my god, that's so funny. That is very cursed. Oh my god. Good thing that chat wasn't able to hear that. That's the one I, because I try to be family friendly here. But that is funny. Aw, boo, fair enough. The wind crystal is like me, it's fragile. Fragile. Must be Italian. Points to you guys if you know what I'm quoting there. Oh, I just saw the message too. Show it on stream if you dare. Yeah, I think I will pass. It's amazing though. Like, don't get me wrong, it's amazing. I love the cursed nature of it. But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna wrap up our adventure here tonight. So let me pull up. Let's see who we can raid over to tonight. Oh, and you know what? I wanted. Oh wait, I wonder, did Bengali? I don't know if you're still here. Shoot. Had to submit a service ticket. Nothing in the help center worked. Oh man. So yeah, Bengali had to open up a help desk ticket, or I should just say a support ticket. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That almost sounds like he's sort of shadow banned for whatever reason. That's wild. Okay, let me also go to Furry Watch. I always like way back in the day when Furry Watch was all the rage, and now that it's revived, I used to always love rating the people who were on Furry Watch. Let's see here. So let me look at who's online right now. I mean, we have a few people. On, but going to Furry Watch, there's I wonder if. Huh. Let me look in here really quickly. There might be somebody I want to raid into that I've never seen before. Wait, what happened? Wait, what happened? Why are you guys sad? Did my stream like die or something? It doesn't say that I'm dead. Wait, guys, can you hear me? Oh, for Bengali. Oh, okay. I got scared there. The stream is fine, okay. Yeah, I got really scared. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening? You know what? Let's go back to my roots where we used to like raid out to people that we never really like we've never seen before. So there is a furry online right now who is playing Ocarina of Time, and I can't tell if it's a randomizer or not. But yeah, let's go say hi to a new fluff ball. Make his night. We'll dump a bunch of love on him. You're muted. Streamer's muted. I almost got scared there. Okay. So it looks like it's vanilla, like a vanilla playthrough. That's cool. Yeah, win, you lose. All right, you guys. I'm gonna go get myself some really good sleep tonight. Let's set up this stream. Sorry. Let's set up this raid. All right. So we're gonna raid somebody by the name of AZ. So I will get that. Let me snag my water here. All right, so let's do our send notes. Okay, raid message. Gato, wait, what species is brown? Cat, right? We drew Kato and a magic crystal. I can spell crystal right. Brownie is a cat? Cool. So we drew Kato and a magic crystal. So that will be our raid message for the evening. So we'll go say hi to this little wonderful bean. We'll see what AZ is all about. But considering he's playing one of the greatest Legend of Zeldas of all time, gotta be good. So we'll go give and pass the love off to our new friend here. You guys have a magnificent start of your Friday tomorrow. I shall see you guys here at the Star Park tomorrow for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. In the meantime, I'm off to Sleeplandia. Bye, you guys. Love you all. Thank you for being here. I will catch you guys later.